Welcome to this presentation. My name is Kristjánsson, and today we're going to be looking at coaching and vision in TESOL. To start with, what kind of coaching are we talking about? Well, there are various ways of defining it. I like Flaherty's definition. He understands coaching as a set of disciplines and practices that focus on the question of how a person can help other people develop new capabilities, new horizons, and new worlds of opportunity for themselves and those around them. Not only is this a great way of defining coaching, it's also a great way of framing what we aim to do at Trinity Western University in the MA TESOL program, My Academic Home. Coaching is one of the ways that we do this. Well, what might this actually look like? Which person in this illustration is the coach, and which is the person being coached? If you think that the coach is the figure with the light bulb in their head, the illuminated mind communicating insight that sheds light on matters of question for the other person, well, you're not alone. However, that's actually not the case. The guiding coaching framework we use in our MA TESOL program is based on an assumption that those being coached have much to offer in generating insights and solutions. Therefore, effective coaching is facilitated primarily, though not exclusively, by means of questions on the part of the coach to help the person being coached develop insight and ways forward that are meaningful to them. Which brings us to a closer look at coaching in the TWU MA TESOL program. What's involved? Coaching is introduced to incoming students at the outset of a 6-week online orientation course, which is completed before they enroll in credit-bearing courses. Because the program coaching is grounded in a strengths-based approach, all incoming students complete a course strengths assessment. Coaching is then introduced via a live demonstration, and in follow-up, students engage in weekly sessions that focus on a combination of pre-selected and self-selected topics. The first coaching session for everyone provides an opportunity to explore their personal, professional vision. Following orientation, coaching continues into the first term, inviting students to continue to consider how their MA TESOL journey ties in with the bigger story and purpose of their lives, as noted on the welcome page of our MA TESOL community coaching site. In short, coaching is designed to develop awareness and capacity building in students, among other things, through personal professional vision development. Which raises some questions. What is vision, and why does it matter? In his 2019 book, Vision, Mental Imagery, and the Christian Life, Dornier explains that in the English language, vision can refer to seeing something through one's physical eyes or the mind's eye, and in the latter case, it can also denote foreseeing a picture of a desired future in one's imagination. Furthermore, because physical sight and imaginary vision are represented largely in the same neural region of the brain, the two sets of stimuli inevitably compete with each other in that they cannot happen at the same time, and physical sight can cancel out or weaken mental imagery. This brings to mind the story of two stonecutters told by Wenger in his book, Communities of Practice. One day a stranger came up to two stonecutters hard at work next to a pile of rocks. He asked what they were doing. One responded, "I'm cutting this stone in a perfectly square shape." The other said, "I'm building a cathedral." Wenger points out that the answers don't imply one was a better stonecutter than the other as far as holding the chisel goes. Both provided correct and meaningful answers, and at the level of engagement, both stonecutters were doing the exact same activity. But their experience of what they were doing and their sense of self and purpose when doing it was different. The difference is a function of imagination and aspiration, a function of vision. The power of vision has been harnessed in realms as diverse as business, politics, sports, Christian ministry, and language learning, to name a few. At an individual level, a compelling personal vision encompasses dreams, values, passions, purpose, sense of calling, and core identity. Not just what a person desires to do, but who she or he wishes to be. While it's often said that little happens without a vision, Peter Senge has also noted that many adults don't have a vision. On the other hand, as Dornier points out, when one visualizes scenarios that are closely aligned with one's deepest feelings, values, and aspirations, these identity-relevant visionary images or self-concordant visions have long-lasting motivational capacity. Simply put, while some form of vision is better than none, the most powerful visions will be characterized by self-concordance, that is, connected to deep personal meaning, aligned with strongly held convictions and sense of self. The theme of this conference is celebrating the beauty and benefits of diversity. Every human being created in the image of God. It brings to mind the vision in Revelation 7:9 of the great crowd from every nation, tribe, people, and language standing before the throne of God. As Rebecca McLaughlin observes, this has been the multicultural vision of Christianity from the beginning. Biblical Christianity lays a foundation for equality and love across differences. And today, most Christians around the globe are neither white nor Western. She goes on to note that despite many wrong turns taken by Western Christians, when we look at the growth of the church around the world, it's not crazy to think that the multicultural vision of Revelation could ultimately be realized, and perhaps sooner than later. If the conference theme resonates with you, does it perhaps align with some aspect of your own broader vision and sense of identity as a follower of Christ? For people of faith, a personal or collective vision can be more than a mental exercise. It can involve a sense of divine calling. When it comes to this aspect of vision, Dornier observes that while a divine call is sometimes direct and striking, in many other cases, receiving a vision fully involves a subtle and gradual process of perceiving, interpreting, testing, and implementing it. At the individual level, an effective Christian vision involves a vivid and arousing image of an attractive God-ordained future state, which requires taking a challenging but not impossible route to reach when pursued as an outworking of our life with God. It's not hard to imagine the benefit of self-concordant vision for Christian language educators or for our students. Yet Dornier asks, how effective are people at identifying what is self-concordant for them? That is, what is congruent with their innermost feelings and values. His conclusion is that deliberation, particularly when accompanied by discussion and brainstorming with others, does have the capacity to offer conscious self-insight. And this is where coaching can make a difference. Let's try it. You may recall from one of the earlier quotes that a vision is often developed gradually. While we have limited time available to us in this presentation, let's set the stage by using the discussion questions for the presentation as reflection questions. So, first, how do you understand the connection between your faith and what you do in TESOL? If you were to paint a picture to illustrate your answer to question 1, what would it look like? If you're watching this video in advance of the live presentation, feel free to hit the pause button and jot down what comes to mind. Now, let's bring some aspect of that painting to life. Imagine you're a lead actor in a riveting autobiographical movie, your own. In your mind's eye, you can see the trailer, the preview that's starting to emerge. It's 5 years from today, and you wake up knowing you're exactly where you're meant to be at this time in your life. Where are you? What do you see yourself doing? Who is with you? How are you feeling as you go about your day? How is your role in TESOL part of your walk with God and larger sense of purpose in life? What is most exciting or invigorating? Anchor that scenario in your senses, and if you wish, once again, push pause to make some notes. The next step is to do some guided peer coaching in pairs. At the live session, we'll show you how to do that. We'll put you and a conference colleague in a hop-in meeting room to try it out. And then we'll all return to the main session to debrief. I invite you to join us in the live session for this, and I look forward to seeing you there.